An event is happening this weekend, and you can take part wherever you are.
It's a walk dedicated to stomp out stigma related to mental health. So joining us now is Christy Buck, Executive Director of the Mental Health Foundation of West Michigan. Thanks for joining us this morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
Good to see you, Christy. How are you?
Good to see you, Mike. I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good. It's all good with the weather report like that. And, you know, we too had a COVID wedding, and Mike, it is really super important to gather together.
See?
Amazing.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, indeed.
All right, well, let's get to business. So May is obviously Mental Health Awareness Month, and this past year now more than ever, I feel like it's finally getting that attention that it deserves. But let's talk a little bit about what you guys are doing this month, and more specifically, the mission with this walk.
You know, May is such a big month for the Mental Health Foundation because our work is about mental health awareness, suicide prevention. And so when you combine the words together, it's very impactful to know why we need to be talking about mental health, and ultimately why we need to be talking about mental illness and when mental health becomes an illness. So the conversations are going on all over. I know this. I see it on the news every day. I get phone calls every day about partnering with different organizations. But Stomp Out Stigma is a walk that's been going on for approximately 18 years. And that's what I pride myself with the work that we do at the Mental Health Foundation. This is our work all the time. And so this month, our walk will be happening again. It's always been the third Saturday of the month. We struggled last year. We couldn't have the walk, so we had to move it to September. So we're actually going to do bookends, May and September walks. But this specifically, how we're going to handle it is people are going to have the opportunity to come down where we typically meet, which is downtown at the Grand Valley State University, Seward parking lot area. And people can pop down, park their car, get out, and walk. There will be nothing official like how we walked in masses in the past, but we will canvass the area with chalk, and we will canvass the area with our signs. We will canvass one of the hills down there by the Gerald R. Ford Museum with signs of those who have lost their life to suicide. And then in addition, folks have the opportunity to walk remotely.
Christy, talk a little bit more about the progress that's being made to stomp out stigma, because I know that your organization and a lot of others are working really hard to get rid of the stigma when it comes to mental illness, but I feel like it's still here. We still hear people try to avoid that topic.
Yeah, it is. And even though, you know, I heard in a conversation a couple weeks ago that we're talking more about it, so there must not be stigma. There is stigma. The stigma comes when someone does not want to go get help and seek treatment. And this is oftentimes people don't know or recognize in themselves that something is different about their behavior, and ultimately that there is help. And so they don't know where the resources are. In a survey that Kent County did, the Community Health Improvement Plan for our county, when it came to mental health and mental illnesses, that was one of the number one concerns, is people didn't know where to get help. So the programming that we do, it's not only to increase awareness and eradicate stigma and allow people to know the signs and symptoms of a mental health disorder and the risk factors, but ultimately part of our training is, where do you go get help and assistance? So our program now has expanded to businesses, which has been amazing. And so in businesses, oftentimes employees don't know that they have an EAP, an employee assistance program. So, you know, stigma is part of it still. And Stomping Out Stigma, the walk, is just a ceremonial way to gather together and keep the conversation going.
All right.